Aha! What's this dusty old thing? Katie whispered, pulling a heavy, leather-bound book from the bottom of a forgotten trunk in the attic. The book had no title, only a tarnished brass compass embossed on its cover. As Katie blew a cloud of dust from its surface, a sudden squawk made her jump. Squawk! A reader! A proper reader at last! Perched on the edge of the trunk was a magnificent parrot with emerald green and ruby red feathers. Katie stared, wide-eyed. "You can talk?" The parrot, who introduced himself as Pip, puffed out his chest. "Of course I can talk! I am the first mate to Captain Crimson. That book you're holding is his journal, and it holds the secret to his greatest treasure. But only someone who truly loves to read can unravel its secrets." Katie's heart thumped with excitement. She carefully opened the journal. The first page wasn't a map of lines and drawings, but a riddle written in elegant, looping handwriting. Katie read it aloud, her voice clear and steady. "Where the wooden giant sleeps and ancient secrets keeps, find my first mark upon its skin, where summer stories begin." Pip fluttered onto Katie's shoulder, peering at the page. "A wooden giant? That sounds enormous!" Katie thought for a moment, her finger tracing the words. "It's not a real giant, Pip. Captain Crimson loved clever words. He means the old oak tree in the garden." Together, Katie and Pip scurried down from the attic, the heavy journal clutched in Katie's hands, their grand adventure officially underway. The ancient oak tree stood tall and proud, its branches reaching for the sky like gnarled arms. Katie ran her hands over the rough, textured bark, searching for the mark described in the riddle. "Here it is!" Katie exclaimed. Carved gently into the trunk was a small anchor and another set of words. A short poem this time. Pip read over her shoulder, squawking the words with dramatic flair. "Follow the river of shimmering stones, past the fragrant, sleepy thrones, to where the sky is held in a cup, and a feathered friend might sup." Katie grinned. The river of shimmering stones must be the gravel path, and the sleepy thrones are Mum's rose bushes. The poem is a map we have to read. Pip bobbed his head in agreement, ready for the next step. Katie and Pip navigated the winding gravel path, carefully stepping past the fragrant rose bushes. At the very end of the garden sat an old stone bird bath, which Katie had always called the bird puddle. It was filled with rainwater, perfectly reflecting the blue sky above. The sky is held in a cup, Katie realized. This is it. She reached into the cool water and felt something hard and square. It was a small, waterlogged wooden box with a rusty lock. Tucked into the keyhole was a tiny, rolled-up piece of parchment, tied with a bit of twine. Katie carefully unrolled it. The ink was faded, but Katie squinted, determined to decipher the final clue. The reading was tricky, but she pieced it together word by word. "The final perch, the highest nest, puts all your reading to the test. A brass eye sees what sailors see, and in its heart, you'll find the key." Katie read the final riddle and knew the answer instantly. "My treehouse!" she shouted, racing towards the ladder. Up in her wooden perch, a small brass telescope sat on the windowsill. Katie unscrewed the eyepiece, and, just as the riddle promised, a tiny, ornate key fell into her palm. Back on the ground, Katie fitted the key into the lock on the box. It turned with a satisfying click. Inside, there wasn't gold, but something far better. A collection of beautiful, antique storybooks filled with tales of adventure. A note from Captain Crimson read, "The best treasure, matey, is a story yet to be read."